Hi friends, and welcome back to another episode of This is for the Soul, the podcast, and I'm your host, Brianna Sade. If you're new here, welcome, and if you are not, welcome back. If you know, you know. Before each episode, I intuitively shuffle and pick a card from my handy dandy oracle deck that delivers a message from Spirit, God, the Divine, Universe, whatever it is that you believe in. It's just for collective healing, and just if the message is meant for you, it's meant for you. If it does not resonate, take what does and leave the rest. Oracle cards are self-reflection cards and a great conversation starter to get the message of the episode and get things flowing. So, without further ado, let's get into today's collective card reading. The collective card that came out is card number 27. That says furred and feathered friends, and the guidebook message is ethical consumption, making a difference through our food choices, caring for all beings, animals, environmental awareness, doing the best we can, animal spirit guides. So I'm a numerology head, and number 27 reduces to 9. Number 2 is all about connections and relationships, and number 7 is about spirituality. The card is actually very beautiful because the picture on it is like a celestial being, I guess like Mother Nature, and she has all these animals around her. There's a fox, a lion, a sloth, a snake, a rabbit, birds, you name it. There's a bunch of animals on the card, and this message is actually very powerful because it's saying that animals are, one, very spiritual, 2, intuitive, and they are the keys to help this earth get back on track. We, as a collective population of humans, have been destroying this earth, and obviously there have been some really crazy, weird natural disasters, shifts. Global warming is out of control right now, and the animals know it, they sense it, and that's because Mother Nature is not happy with us right now. So it's important that we pay attention to what they're trying to tell us, what they're trying to communicate to us, because not only can our animals, our pets that we have these innate abilities and this intelligence, but they can also sense things at different frequencies that we can't. Birds are a very great example of that. Birds know. That's why they travel back and forth when it gets cold or when it gets warm, or they flock in groups, especially blackbirds or sparrows, because whenever that happens to me, something bad is going to happen. That is a sign that these animals are very smart and very aware and are trying to communicate with us. This is also a message that if you have a pet that has passed on, or if you have a pet that is in the 3D, they are your spirit guide. They are looking after you. They are protecting you and making sure that you are okay. Moral of this message is make sure that you're paying attention to the animals and make sure that you are in nature with intention as well as being intentional with what it is that you're putting into your body, because the foods that we eat, a lot of the things that we ingest and digest are not good for us. Are we even eating real meat? Are we eating healthy foods, or are we just eating something that was created in a lab and put in a store just to be called food? Who knows? But just be intentional. Pay attention. Be aware of everything that's going on around you. That is the message for today's reading. So I want to talk about my lock journey. I've been locked for 2 years, and on December 30th, I went and got my hair relocked. So I made the big step and I combed all of my 2 years worth of locks out, and I got my hair redone. I actually feel a lot happier. I didn't tell too many people that was what I was going to do. I just kind of did it. It was a impulsive decision, but at the same time it wasn't, because this was something that was sitting in the back of my mind for a long time. But because I was scared, I guess, or because I felt like I had a commitment that I have to stick to it, that I just kind of threw it in the back of my head and just, I'm not going to do that. I love my hair and it is what it is. But deep down inside, I really did not love my hair. And there aren't too many people who know the story about my hair, or, like my journey with self-love. So I just want to share that story. At the time that I decided to initially lock my hair, it was around my 20th birthday. I was still in school, of course, and I had met a friend, and me and this friend, we became super, super close. Like, we trauma bonded in a way, and our relationship had its really high, and then it had its really low lows, and it just became very tumultuous. But we did love each other, and I could tell that where she came from was genuine place. But I was just at a point in my life where it's just like, I'm trying to heal and I'm trying to grow, and I want to surround myself with people who have the intention of bettering themselves. And I kind of took on her problems and I made them my own, but in a way was trying to make her do better. And I have a habit of doing that with people, but I'm also a very real friend, and a lot of people can't handle real. So our friendship unfortunately ended. But when I locked my hair, this was a thing in my life that was going on. She had locks when she was in high school and as a kid, and she had just recently combed out her own locks and decided to relock her hair eventually. Right after I did my hair, she did hers, and she kind of helped me and inspired me in a way. And I was just like, it's either I'm gonna cut all my hair off and dye it red, or just lock it, because I don't know what else to do. And I was also going through a rebirthing, and it was just, I was looking for something new. I wanted to start a journey. I wanted to start something fresh and something that I felt like I could commit to, because I always had this stereotypical idea in my head about lock, and I was also told, like, if you do this, you're going to have to commit to it because you can't take it out. But obviously that's not true, because you can, and I've done it. That was kind of the idea that I had, but I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, and I did it. But having locks is spiritual. It's an experience, because as you grow, your hair grows. And we are energetic beings who attract energy and things that rub onto us every single day. So that's why you need to cleanse and detox and get rid of those energies. I was doing my hair on my own. It's essential to, even if you don't have locks, but this is just a general thing, it's essential to cleanse and detox your energy every so often, just so you can have a clear head and wash away those energies that are unnecessary or unwanted. I also felt like I cheated my own self out of the experience, because I didn't even lock my hair the traditional way. I had a protective style. I had soft locks, really long, like ass length. And I had those for a couple of months, and then I took those out and just allowed the plaits to kind of just go. So my hair was already matured and locking by the time I took them out, and it was nice in the beginning, but I didn't feel like I got the, okay, am I gonna choose between coils or twists, or how many locks am I gonna have in my head? Like, I just didn't get the full experience. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I started them with braids, and the braids was actually a very smart idea. And the stylist that did my soft locks is the stylist who also redid my locks that I have now, and shout out to her, because she's a bomb loctician, braider, all of that. And her Instagram is at Slayed by Iman. So Iman, shout out to you, girl, because you're the best. But braids, it was really smart to have started with braids, and a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, like, are those locks? What are those? Like, are those plaits? Like, people were confused for a while until my pattern started going away. But I kind of like that, having people confused. It was an adjustment, but once, like, I want to say month 5 or month 6 kicked in, that's kind of when my hair insecurities started to trickle in. Now, mind you, I have always been insecure about my hair. Like, hair insecurities, I think, is a societal thing, because a lot of us feel like if our hair is not looking like the next girl's, then it's just not it. And hair, along with my beauty and how I viewed myself, that was another thing. Like, what other people saw within me, I didn't see within myself. And I was always constantly trying to be like everybody else. I was always constantly trying to make my hair like the curly girlies that you saw on Instagram or YouTube, because at a point in time, natural hair was popping. Just like having locks was a trend and kind of still is a trend. It's like everybody wanted to be natural, and there was a set specific type of girl that would always be viral and have these pretty nice, full, thick, voluminous curls. And that image is now in my head, and I'm pretty sure it was in a lot of girls' head, and people were just like, my hair has to be like that. And once you realize that no matter how much you try, babe, you might not see your hair that way, or your hair is never going to look like that, that's when you get frustrated. And that was me. So yeah, I was always trying to make my hair look like the next girl's, no matter how many styles I've tried. And I also had the patience back then. I literally would stand in the bathroom for hours doing twist outs and bantu knots and stuff in my hair. And I had a really nice hair. I had a nice hair texture, but I didn't see that within myself. People were like, oh, your hair is so beautiful. Your hair is so pretty. Who did your hair? I did my hair. Oh my gosh, I love your hair. And I just, my hair was always, it was thick, like really thick. The ideals and the images of other people is what kind of clouded my judgments on my own self. And that was when I was in like middle school, high school, because I was on social media. And of course, when social media came out, it kind of jolted everybody's judgment and viewpoints of the world, because we have access to seeing so many different things. But it got to a point, like in the 10th grade, I also made an impulsive decision where I decided to just cut all my hair off. I got a temp fade and I had a curly top. And I honestly, I wasn't really comfortable with that hairstyle until my hair actually like started to grow up back out on the sides and in the back, because like the color temp fade, I don't know, I didn't look bad, but it was just like I was really young and like I just didn't feel like girly. I don't know, but that was an impulsive decision because I just felt like I just don't know what to do with my hair. But of course, hair grows back, and my hair grew back super duper fast. And even before it hit shoulder length, my ass was still trying to put it in ponytails and do all these crazy hairstyles with it, because I don't know, I couldn't keep my hands out my head. And like I said, I just was trying to be like everybody else. That was a struggle with me that I've had with my hair for a very, very long time. I was never happy with myself and the way my hair looked, and I was always trying to just put it in a style or something, because I just didn't like it. And then once I got locks, that kind of changed my whole perspective on my hair. But there was that stage where I just felt like I don't know what to do with my hair. I don't like it. And then that's when the thoughts of me wanting to restart my locks came in. And back to my friendship, like I just was comparing my friendship to my relationship with my hair, because like me and that girl, she was the one who kind of talked me into, inspired me to get locks, because I heard her story or whatever. And like our relationship was super, super tight. And it's like I loved her, but at the same time, it was like, oh my gosh, like what the fuck is, like, what is going on here? So our relationship was very love-hate, and that's exactly how I felt. Like my relationships with my locks was love-hate. Like I didn't know what to do, because one minute I was really loving my hair and loving the fact that other people liked my hair. Like I was so stuck in that I didn't really realize that I wasn't really happy. Because why is it that when I look in the mirror sometimes, I'm just looking at my hair like, I don't like this. So, moral of the story is, your hair is important. It's an important part of your story and who you are as a person. And you can do whatever you want with it, because it's always going to grow back. But sometimes, even hair, you have to let go of it. So if it's meant for you to cut it, cut it. If it's meant for you to dye it, dye it. If it's meant for you to put a relaxer in it, do it. But that's your lesson to learn. You know what I'm saying? So and it's all about seeing your own inner beauty, seeing what makes you happy, seeing that it doesn't really matter what your hair looks like. the only thing that matters is what's inside of your heart. To me, I still do think locking my hair was the best decision I've ever made. There are pros and there are cons, but if this is something that you sign up for, then you're just gonna have to deal with all of it. And just understand that the one thing that I did notice is that the longer my hair grew, and like whenever I would do like length checks and stuff, I just felt a lot more appreciative, because it made me think about how much I've grown and how much time has passed since I've started them, and where I am in life. And I might sometimes get on myself because I'm not where I want to be in life, but it's okay. It's okay. I just have to learn how to appreciate everything that's around me and the things that I do have that I can look back on and be like, damn, like I really came a long way. That's gonna be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was just a quick little story time about my hair, because people have been asking me about my hair and I never really went into detail about it. And I just wanted to come and share with the world that I redid my hair. But if you want to see what it looks like, you can follow my Instagram, and yeah, make sure that you're staying updated on the 444 The Soul Instagram page. And I love you guys and I appreciate you guys, and I hope you all stay blessed, and I will chit chat with you in another episode. Bye.